Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. As you can see, it's a different background. I'm away for the weekend. It's my son's birthday weekend, so I'm away with my whole family. Got my cousins, my whole uncles, aunties, everyone over. So hopefully we can top it off with a big Chelsea win tomorrow. But today we're here for the preview. I can't wait till the press conference. Just going to be way too late Sydney time, so I'm going to do it right now. The whole preview. So what I want to talk about is Southampton. I want to talk about where they could probably hurt us. I want to talk about our injury situation, who's in, who's not, from all the reports that's been coming out over the last 24 hours, 48 hours or so. And then I've got 5 talking points before I touch on the formation and the lineup that I'm going to go with. But before all of that, this upcoming week is a big week for Chelsea. We've got 3 big games coming up. We've got Southampton on the weekend, which is tomorrow. We've got Sevilla on, I think, Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning, something like that. Oh, sorry. Wednesday morning for me, Thursday morning for me. It's either Tuesday night or Wednesday night, UK time or European time. It's one of those days. And then we've got Man United the next weekend. So we've got a blockbuster few days coming up. It could really set us up for the next couple of months before the next international break sort of comes around. So we need to be very focused over the next 3 games. It's big teams, and I just hope that team isn't complacent and they're really focused. So guys, let's get straight into it. First of all, Southampton. They are 11th in the table. We're 7th, so it's 11th versus 7th. It is at Stamford Bridge. Southampton, the last time they played us, they absolutely did us. We had the lion's share of the ball, but they don't really care about that. They're a very solid team under Ralph Hasenhuttl. And the way they got us last time was, it wasn't as if they just sat deep all the game. No, they knew that when they were sitting deep and they allowed us with the ball, that they still pressed us so that they can counter us quick. And that's exactly how they got their first goal. The second goal was really good movement from them. Poor defending from us all up. And we ended up, I think it was 2-0 the last time we played against them. I think it was 2-0 or 2-1. I'm pretty sure it was 2-0. And it was sad. That particular game was so sad because, as I said, we had a lot of the ball, but we did nothing with it. And Southampton got us. They were so prolific with their countering, and they've got some really strong players, and I want to touch on that right now. They've got what's that particular player? James Ward-Prowse, I think, is their set piece taker, and really one of the key playmakers as well. They've got Danny Ings, as you all know, is a prolific striker as well. And now they've got this particular player called Moussa Dinepo. I hope I pronounced him correctly. He's going to be very lethal for Southampton. And then obviously, just before the just before the transfer window closed, they got themselves Theo Walcott as well. And we all know Theo Walcott has got a knack of somehow showing up against Chelsea all the time. So that's a little bit about them. They've had 2 wins to start off with, and they're coming off 2 losses in a row right now. So they're going to be raring to go. They'll try their level best to at least get a point out of this game. And honestly, I can't see them get a win here, but they're going to try their best to get a draw. So we've got to be on top of our game. That's a little bit about Southampton. I think we've got to show respect to them, that they're not going to be easy wins for us, but at the same time, we should be confident enough to clean them up. Now, a little bit about us in terms of the injury list. We've been told that Mendy is 100% not going to be fit for this particular game. He's going to be ready for Sevilla game in the Champions League. He's not going to be fit for this. So Kepa is going to get an opportunity again to be Chelsea goalkeeper. And honestly, guys, this is one of the talking points that I'll touch on down the track. I just want to say that, look, I mean, he got himself a clean sheet over the international break. And I just hope that us fans find some heart to back this guy. There's been so much banter. There's been so much talk about laughter every time people joke around about him in social media. I just hope that finally we get a bit of time during this weekend and truly back this guy and put some positive note about this particular player over this particular weekend. Hopefully, he gets the job done against Southampton, because Southampton, I'll tell you what, they won't have many opportunities. They'll maybe have maximum 3 or 4 chances, and they're going to try and capitalize in those chances. And we need Kepa to be on top of his game for those moments, and of course the defense. So Mendy's definitely out. In terms of Ziyech and Chilwell, they're definitely in. Hopefully Chilwell starts for me. As I said in many of my previous videos, he's an important player, an important dynamic player for us who's honestly changed our game, giving us that great sort of firepower on the left side going forward and backwards as well with his recovery pace. We really need him to start at least. Ziyech, hopefully he can come off the bench. I'm hoping Pulisic, he's already had an opportunity against Palace, just before the international break. I'm hoping that he starts, and I'll get to that with the lineup and formation down the track. So that's a little bit about the injury list in terms of Chelsea players. I don't think anyone else is injured besides Mendy. So we've got a solid squad going into this match and going into this big week. So hopefully, we can get the job done. Now, let's talk about the 5 talking points. First of all, one of the talking points is I would love to see Werner and Kai Havertz. First of all, I want to see Werner playing centre forward. I don't want him to play in the wings. Hopefully Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi can take care of that, or Ziyech if he doesn't, if he starts. I don't think he will. So Werner, I want him up top, and Kai Havertz just in the back behind him. I need this combination that they've had in Germany to continue on for Chelsea and to flourish. Let this sort of combination play on a little bit. I just hope that Frank allows this to happen and that chemistry to keep building. And I feel like this duo can do a lot of damage if given time to sort of keep playing on and on with each other. They know their weaknesses and strengths. They always tend to find each other out. The communication, being Germans, they just know how to sort of read the game together properly. So I hope this combination plays. Second one, guys, that I'm really keen to, the second talking point is I want natural sort of, if it's a wing position or in the sort of forward position or wherever it is, I want players to be in their natural positions. So that's the thing, I really don't want to see Mason Mount playing in the wings or as a 10 or as a wherever, because we've been seeing him play everywhere. I want to see natural players that play in their natural position. So if it's in the wing, let's please play Callum Hudson-Odoi. If it's wherever else, let's play players in their natural positions. That's my one thing that I hope that we don't forcefully try and put Mason Mount. If we really want to put Mason Mount, let's try and figure out a formation that fits him as opposed to just throwing him wherever. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about, guys, patience. We've got to be very patient in this game. I feel like Southampton could come out and defend and sit deep, and we've got to be very patient. If we play with a high line, we've got to be very concentrated and focused that we don't get beat on the counter. Defenders like Thiago Silva and Zuma, hopefully they are well concentrated, and people like, whether it be Azpilicueta or Reece James, I think it'd probably be Azpilicueta, Chilwell, hopefully they're smart enough to recover back whenever there is a counter. We've already seen Chilwell do that. Hopefully Azpilicueta can do that as well. And in midfield, that gap between defense and midfield, hopefully there's good communication. So the third talking point here is that we better be very, very patient with the low block that they're probably going to use, and they're going to press as well. Hopefully we find enough solution, we stay patient to find the solution and not just drop our heads. Fourth talking point, as I've already mentioned, guys, counter. We've got to be so careful with Southampton's counter. As I said, they've got some really key players and clinical players that can finish the job off. So we've got to be concentrated enough to make sure that we are looking after their counters. And lastly, the fifth talking point, guys, Kepa. Let's back Kepa, guys. He's most likely going to be the keeper. In social media, wherever you guys are, guys, go out there and back him, post everything, and show the support that, these players, they actually see all this stuff online. So it's crucial that we back our goalkeeper and not banter him around every opportunity that we get. So that's my 5 talking points. Now let's get into the formation and lineup, guys. The formation that I would go with, guys, honestly, it'll have to be 4-2-3-1. That's the formation that's been working. That's the formation that Frank's been playing. So let's continue on. Let's keep building that. In the back, Kepa, as I've already mentioned. I'd probably play with Azpilicueta because Reece James has had that international sort of matches. In the middle, I'd go with Thiago Silva and Zuma. Chilwell on the left. As I said, his left back sort of power pack performances that we've already seen with Crystal Palace and a few of the other matches, I need that to keep continuing on. In the middle, I'll have Kante and probably Jorginho. It could be Kovacic as well, but I want to continue on with Kante and Jorginho, knowing that they've done so well up against Crystal Palace. So continue that on, continue that particular philosophy on. So I'll go with that. Up front, guys, in the right side, if Ziyech doesn't start, and I don't think he probably will, probably come off the bench. Hopefully when we're a couple of goals up and we can introduce Hakim Ziyech and he can really come out and showcase his talent and those key passes that he's going to make for us. Hopefully he gets himself an absolute, a wonder strike as well. That would be so great to see. But if he doesn't start, I want to see Callum Hudson-Odoi start over there. In the left wing, I want to see Pulisic, as I've already said, guys, he's already had a little bit of the sniff against Crystal Palace. So hopefully he's ready to go in the left wing. Up front, Timo Werner, and just behind him in the number 10 role, Kai Havertz. As I said, this combination has to carry on for us, and I'm hoping that we give this opportunity, and I hope that Frank gives this an opportunity as well. So guys, that's my formation, that's my lineup, those are my talking points, and a little bit about Southampton. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are about this game, about this whole week as well that's coming up. Big 3 games coming up. What's your feelings about Southampton, Man United, Sevilla in midweek against in the Champions League? How do you feel? What's your prediction? How many points we're going to get? How many wins we're going to get in the next 3 matches? Guys, let me know your formation, your lineup about this particular match in the comments below. And guys, if you're here, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Hope you guys enjoy the background. There's a lot of water behind me. See ya.